Good afternoon on what is a grey, overcast but mild day. It is Friday, 28th of January. I'm back in the Read Nook with a cat who is not ours on my lap, and a nice hot cup of tea, and a parcel to parcels to unbox. So next thing I'm going to delve into is this one. And I've already opened this one, and I've pulled out the leaves of Chiarosco. I'm sorry I'm pronouncing that wrong. There we go. He's so annoyed about it, he wants a fuss, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to pull out of this is this. LexOccultum. Which is the I was going to say is the slipcase set. It's from RiotMinds. They are another Swedish publisher. Now, when you think of Swedish publishers, you automatically think of Free League Publishing, because they are producing such good games and bringing them to the English-speaking market. But there are other Swedish publishers publishing for their own market, and their titles are beginning to make their way out into the English-speaking market as well. But very slowly, to be fair. But I mean, that's pretty much the case with the non-English-speaking market anyway. In comparison to the number of games they do, very few of them actually come out onto the English-speaking market, which is a shame, because there's some fantastic role-playing games published over the years that we've never had a chance to see except in the original languages, because we're really difficult about learning other people's languages. And of course, there's learning other people's languages, and then there's learning other people's role-playing games in those languages as well. It is a challenge, but LexOccultum, it comes with 3 books. You have Alter Ego, which is the Player's Handbook, Game Master's Guide, which is Lex Libris, and the Roy de Rat, which is the campaign setting. So let's slide these out of the slipcase. So very nice it is too. I do like a game in a slipcase, and it does come with. You have got some character sheets. Let's move it away. So you've got some character sheets. Yep, nice addition. Always useful. You have a screen. Bit light for my tastes, so there we go. There we go. And I'll just show you the reverse side of the screen. Yeah, okay. And also in with the screen there is a map, a carte de Europe of the setting for LexOccultum. There you go. So that slips back into the screen. So you get a full package. With the with this slipcase, because there's 3 books, screen and character sheets. Let's start off. Let's show you the books like that, and then that. Okay, and we're going to start off with LexOccultum, Alter Ego. So I'm just going to do the one book. I will delve into the other books. Okay, so. Another time. So, Alter Ego, Europe, the 18th century. The church is losing its grip on men struggling with old beliefs and dogmas. Alchemists, occultists, and secret societies dig deep into old mysteries and ancient obscurities. The Enlightenment is not only about breaking free from old institutions and structures, but also about discovering what has been hidden for hundreds of years, even millennia. The Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Old Templars, and other secret societies hide in dark chambers, plotting for a new world order, or seeking to uncover the mysteries of dark art and ancient wisdoms. The nobles and aristocrats are a dying breed, living in decadence and excess, while the common people suffer in poverty. This is an era of enlightenment, but also of ignorance. Few know anything about the growing darkness, the vampires and other offspring of the devil. While conspiracies grow below the surface, kings and priests preach about submission and obedience. But who is to save men from this twilight of the gods, from falling into the darkness and being consumed by evil? Is it true that the apocalypse is coming? LexOccultum takes place in a fictional historical 18th century where the occult and supernatural are real, but not yet in full bloom. Alter Ego contains the core rules for the players, including the following chapters: the character, check character skills, equipment, load your flintlocks, light your lanterns, and step into the crypt. This is LexOccultum, awarded Game of the Year in Sweden under its previous name, Gotterdammerung. The role-playing game of occultism, mysteries, and secret societies in an 18th century is here. We open up to some great artwork. Actually, fantastic. I mean, I love the artwork you see in these role-playing games. The Swedish ones, they do such good-looking books. And there's just so much character in the artwork. There's a sense of trepidation, and the flavour in those. Before we get into the book itself, we're talking about the character, and how to make a character traits, so on. The artwork, the internal artwork is okay, but I'm not sort of like it's not grabbing me like that does. I have to be honest, but nevertheless. So we get on to how to create a character. So essentially, the previous chapter explained what a character is and what the parts of it are before we get into the nitty-gritty of it. Interesting that we have, we're talking about charisma, constitution, how it can be positive or negative. So presumably you've got traits which you're setting at positive or negative, depending upon what they are. You've got the other traits are health and dexterity, intelligence, perception, as well as the charisma, constitution, and then psyche. Again, fantastic artwork. Then setting your social class, determining upon whether you're from the nobility, from middle class, lower class, a pauper, drifter, and they got choice of archetypes. So, they include artisan, businessman, clergy, combatant, entertainer, malefactor, occultist, official, scientist, traveller, and they all will give some core skills, and then we get into the discussion. So, okay, here's the first one. There's the artisan and work. So every character is going to have a full-page spread, and more. So in effect, he's got nice piece of artwork, 2-page explanation. Then we're on to businessman. And again, his two-page spread of what he examples and how he comes into play, clergyman and so on. And it's going to do this throughout the book for each of the different archetypes. Combatant, and we always have running through this occult symbols running through the back of the page. You can see there, more obviously there, but again, watermarked in the background. And then malefactor, so essentially that's going to be obviously highwaywoman there, but rebel, criminal, something like that. And we have the occultist, almost the libertine there, louche, debauched from his experiences, and the official. So yeah, fantastic artwork. I mean, honestly, once you get into sort of like the full pieces, you've got the scientist and the traveller, complete with. Well, it's just basically his gear on a stick, but it is vaguely monkey shaped. I have to be honest. And I believe we have. What's next? Chalice spheres? Okay, this is obviously how these skills and basically the archetypes and their skills work. It's interesting, and this is going to be. I mean, obviously, this is going to be quite different from what we would expect from this type of game. The mechanics are built around essentially this occult sphere. So the game is LexOccultum, and they're using its structure for the game's mechanics. So again, more artwork. I mean, that's almost reminiscent of Symbarum, and I wouldn't be surprised. Let's have a look at the artist. I don't recognise the artist, but again, it's certainly not dissimilar. And then we actually go on to character skills. And again, using this sort of like this occult symbol structure of in a circle like that. How that plays, I don't know. Obviously, I'm really just looking at it. And at this point, we finally get onto stats and skills. They're organised into sort of like different agility, communication, cultures, so on. And they are connected through. Again, have symbols of their own. So it's layering upon layering almost of the skills upon this level of sort of like the occultist elements to the game, and how much that influences the game directly is another matter. Basically that's going to be me sat down with a full review, whereas with this I'm really, as I say, this is just my first impression. So anything I get here wrong is because of a first impression. I've not read enough deep into it. So here we go, fighting, we've got battle experience, close combat weapons, unarmed fighting as skill options there. And we have basically combatant against a wolf, or if you will, a werewolf, as per the French legend of Languedoc. And then professions and sciences and so on, all the way through down, stealth and more. Theology as well, well-travelled, and then we get to equipment. So it's a fantastic looking book. It is, again, almost arcane in its look and layout, and that's all intentional. And essentially we've got tables of weapons here. I need the discussion of firearms, along with an interesting thing is that shot bullets you could make lead shot by melting your lead and pouring it into molds. Almost reminiscent of the figures you used to be able to do in years past. And we got tables of firearms, 200 firearms, 100 firearms. Then ranged weapons, melee weapons. So basically everything, the equipment and explanation of the core rules and how to create a character there, and it's all matched up with an index, which is a nice addition for essentially just one of the books in the in the core rules. But it's a lovely book. Great cover. LexOccultum. I look forward to giving this a proper and full review in due course. Anyway, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, please do click the like down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a parcel and a essentially book or a game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge, roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, and a cat who is occasionally a cat who's not ours, who's run off to be with my partner, in hopes that she might feed him, then please do hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back again soon with an unboxing of the Nook very soon. Bye for now.